Measuring temperature is essential to almost every laboratory process. In addition to being the most commonly measured atmospheric variable, temperature affects basically every sensor and piece of equipment that you own. Measuring temperature can be difficult though. Thermocouples require amplifiers to linearize and amplify their small voltage signal. RTDs, while very, very resolute, are rather expensive and still require a precision excitation source. If you just need a good temperature measurement that's inexpensive and easy to read, our Easy Temperature Probe is the perfect solution. The Easy Temperature Probe measures from -50 to 150 degrees Celsius. It can do that with a better than plus or minus 2% full-scale accuracy and plus or minus 1% linearity. In my mind, the best feature of the sensor, though, is its versatility. It has a simple analog voltage output. This means that it can be read by anything. It's just a buffered voltage. So you can hook it straight to an analog to digital converter, to a multimeter, or even to a strip chart recorder if you still have one. The sensor can be powered by 7 to 24 volts DC, so that wide input range makes it very easy to integrate into your existing system. The sensing element is in a stainless steel case to help prevent any corrosion or interaction with whatever you're measuring. And that case is 6 inches long and 1/4 inch in diameter. All of the electronics are inside that case, and they're encased in a waterproof potting compound. This means that this sensor is very, very durable. And because it's such a simple interface, it only has a 3-wire output. The wire is 3 meters long, so you can reach from whatever you're measuring to your acquisition system, and of course you can trim it to any length that you'd like. There are 2 options on these probes. The first is the wire. The gray wire is our normal range wire, and it's rated from -80 to 60 degrees Celsius. The white wire, while significantly more expensive, is our extended range wire and is rated from -50 to 150 degrees Celsius. Now normally your probe is in whatever you're measuring, be it a beaker or a hot block, and the wire is not necessarily exposed to the full temperature. So oftentimes the normal range wire is fine. But if you do need to run the wire through, say, an ovenized environment, the extended range wire is a nice option. The second option is the voltage output range. These are designed to work with the 2 most common industrial and academic voltage ranges, 0 to 5 volts and 0 to 10 volts. Though the output range of these is slightly different. It's 1/4 volt to 4.75 volts and 1/2 volt to 9.5 volts. And that's so you have a good open or short circuit reference. If it was 0 to 5 or 0 to 10, you wouldn't know if it's -50 at the lower end or if you just had a break in the wire. So that's why these are offset slightly from their full-scale ranges. Each unit is tested before packaging and shipping to you, and we can even provide a NIST traceable calibration certificate. Just be sure to contact us before placing your order. So I'm going to show you just how easy it is to hook up the Easy Temperature Probe and take a temperature reading. The only things that I'm going to need are a meter or something to measure the voltage output of the probe, a power source, in this case a 9-volt battery and battery clip, a connector to connect that, my probe, and something to measure. Okay, so to use the Easy Temperature Probe, I'm just going to get a little bit of wire loose here, and you'll notice that there is a shield wire that you can connect to an earth ground if you want to shield the conductors in here from any radio frequency interference. Otherwise, we just have the 3 connections here. I'm going to go ahead and put a connector, in this case I'm using these Wagos because they're super convenient, onto the positive and onto the positive from my power supply. In this case, I'm just using a 9-volt battery clip to make it easy. And then I'm going to connect my ground or negative supply to the battery clip ground. Bring in the leads from my multimeter. I'm going to clip negative to there and the positive lead to the white wire. Put my meter in volts DC mode. And now we'll connect the power source. So with the power source connected, we can see that we're reading about 3.78 volts here at room temperature. And we can run that through the math and see, does that make sense? And yes, it does. So we know that we're having a good reading here at room temperature. And if I hold this, you'll see that begin to change. But let's go ahead and put the probe into some hot water here. We can see our output voltage is climbing quickly as the probe begins to heat up and equilibrate. Remember, there's a decent amount of thermal mass in this probe, unlike a very small thermocouple. And we can see that we're slowing down here at about 5.3 volts or so, 5.29. So we can plug that again to our math and see what temperature the water is. This is a really easy formula, and you can easily program it into most data acquisition softwares, or even just read the meter and use a spreadsheet to find the instantaneous temperature. So as you can see, this is a really simple probe to use. The Easy Temperature Probe is available today on our web store, and will have you measuring temperatures in just a matter of minutes. Don't forget to look in the description and click the link to subscribe to our newsletter to continue to receive product updates, free tutorials, and more.